On the warm Sunday evening of August 4, 1907, the National Soldiers' Home in Dayton was a place of quiet transition. Anna Markowitz, the 18-year-old daughter of a Covington pawnbroker, was walking a secluded path through McCabe Park. She wasn't alone. She walked with her boyfriend, a traveling salesman named Abe Cohen, and her younger sister, Bertha. They were young, they were in love, and they were less than a mile from safety. But in the thickets of the park, someone or something was waiting. As the trio reached a lonely stretch of road, a figure emerged from the darkness. Without a word, a heavy baton struck Cohen across the head as he spun around, dazed and bleeding. 2 gunshots rang out, echoing through the trees. Cohen fell, mortally wounded. Bertha, paralyzed by fear, managed to break into a sprint, fleeing through the dark to find the sheriff. By the time a posse returned with lanterns and dogs, the scene was a nightmare. Cohen was barely clinging to life, and a trampled trail of grass led to a nearby bush. There they found Anna. She had been brutally assaulted and strangled, her arms still covering her eyes as if to shield herself from a monster. At the time, authorities were desperate for her arrest. A young man named Dayton Hines was quickly apprehended and coerced into confession. But as he sat in a cell, the city realized a terrifying truth. The murders weren't stopping. This brutal attack is now believed to be a central chapter in the Dayton Strangler spree, a series of hauntingly similar killings that terrorized the city between 1900 and 1909. Like the other victims, Anna was found in a semi-public thicket, her life taken by a predator who favored strangulation and left the city in a state of perpetual shadow. The only clue left behind from the night was the testimony of a neighbor, Ellis Virus, who claimed she heard a woman's voice crying out into the darkness, "Harry, Harry, oh Harry." Who was Harry? Was it a name, a plea, or the true identity of the serial killer who vanished into history? Today, McCabe Park is no longer a lonely road on the edge of town. It is a community space surrounded by the growth of a modern city. But as we walk these trails today, we have to ask, what remains of that night? Can you still feel the weight of a century-old secret in the rustle of these trees? Well, alright guys, you're joining me, thankfully. Appreciate you guys coming on to the channel and watching. But you are joining me here at McCabe Park in historic Dayton, Ohio. If it's a little windy, I do apologize. I'm going to try to have a little break in audio so I can take it out. This car going to come behind me. So, yeah guys, this is the site of the famous unsolved murder of Anna Markowitz and Abe Cohen in 1907. Now, if I was a betting man, and I'm usually not, but when I do, I win. You just ask Wade about November 3rd, 2020. It's the best bet I ever laid down. But I don't ever bet unless I know I'm going to win. So he quit betting with me. But back to the main point here. If I were a betting man, right over here is where I think it happened. Now, over here, let me get my compass going here. Over here to the right, which would be north. Alright, that's what I thought. Just over that hill, I'll show you right here, is the VA Center, the National Home for Soldiers, for veterans. And this road here is the one that I believe Anna Markowitz, Abe Cohen, and Bertha were walking down. Taking a nice walk on a nice night from the VA. Now, more of that. The traffic is loud, isn't it? It's I-75 right there. Pretty sure. Let me take a look. That is 35, Route 35. That's going to be my second guess. But the reason why I think it's this location over here is because this is the only road that it pretty much just loops around this way and comes right back and goes to the VA. It's the only one that would have made sense back then. You know, this road right here, the road that it's on, this was more than likely a one lane. 35 was not here. I can probably pretty much guarantee you that. And this road, I'm sure, was very quiet, and certainly it's off to the side. I'm sure it was dark. These bushes here, I'm sure that's where he would have popped out of. Either right along here, because if you look over here. Now, back in 1907, this would have looked completely, absolutely, completely different. This drain, of course, all this had to be dug up to put that drain and all the pipe, and then earth put back on it, make it look good. That concrete was poured. But back there, I'm sure, is pretty much the way it was. But it's possible not, because these are a lot of young trees. All these trees are really young. I'd say they're 20, 30 years old, if that. That one right there, that's probably a 25-year-old tree. There's a bigger one back there. Or if we follow this wood line around, you guys shouldn't have much problem with wind on this video, because it's not windy. At least not right now. It's dead wind, dead air, and all that tar and creosote. Stop it from rotting, keep pests away. Yeah, you can see this wood line runs pretty far, but again, these trees and bush are not that old. I didn't put that together till I started recording. So this could have been, you know, this could have just been a grass field, just like it is here, but just more of it went further back, maybe to those big trees there. But it's the only wooded part where they could have been walking on a road. That's the thing. We'll look at one other spot over here by the basketball hoops, but it's too far. I mean, they'd already made it pretty much through the park at that point. And over here, if you guys remember the video, The Girl the Heights Forgot, those are the apartments right there. They have gone to crap. I'll show you the sign they got posted up. I didn't realize that camera. I knew there was a camera right here. Right there. But I realized it's this one. Dang. I never do nothing anyway. sign they got set up for the apartments. Keep people away. Alright, we're gonna go look at a line of trees over by the old basketball court. But I don't think it happened there. But we'll go look at it. Alright, I'll get back with you guys. Alright guys, this is the only other wood line really, and it doesn't even really qualify as that here in McCabe Park. And it wouldn't, I just know it wouldn't have been this one because this road leads way far away from the VA. It just, it's not logical that they would have came down this side of the park and it happened along this tree line. Even if it were much more dense back then, it just wouldn't have worked. But yeah, guys, that's the sad and sickening story, unsolved murder of Anna Markowitz and Abe Cohen, her brave sister, Bertha. Went and got help, but it was just too late. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and keep exploring.